Hello and welcome to module 14. In this, we are going to learn about pivot tables, which is one of the most powerful data analysis tools in Excel. And for this purpose, we will use one of the most important reports in any business, which is sales analysis report. So, what is a pivot table? You must have heard this word a lot from those who use Excel and may have seen some of your colleagues making impressive presentations with numbers related to sales, finance, or operations. Majority of time, they derive their analysis using pivot tables. Let's have a look at this sheet which has sales data for a year that is just passed, and you and your management are having a meeting for a review and planning for the coming year. So what have we got here? This particular sheet has sales executive's name, month, invoice number, customer, location, which refers to various locations of your company within the country or internationally, the brand, product, and quantity and pricing information. Let's see how big is this sheet. In order to find out how many rows it has, I'm going to use Control and down arrow key, which will take me to the last filled in cell in that particular column as long as it is continuously filled in. So this particular sheet has 2500 plus rows. Now imagine if you have to go through this sheet manually and trying to derive some sense out of this, it is going to be a nightmare. So pivot table becomes a very effective tool to analyze such data. As you know, if you want to grow in any organization to a team leader's position or a manager or beyond, one of the most important traits you must possess is the ability to do number crunching, meaning you should know how to analyze large amount of data and churn out information which can be used for strategic decision making. And what better tool can you use other than pivot table in Excel? So let's have a look at a small example of pivot table before we actually start learning it. I have taken a very small part of this sheet and created a pivot table for this explanation. Let's have a look at this. This particular table shows month 1, 10 and 11 and the sum of sale amount. So this is the pivot table, and when you click on any part of the pivot table fields dialog box opens up over here, which allows you to play around with the table. If I were to explain you, pivot table is like having Lego blocks of your data, and you can put them in different forms to create different designs of your data. And those designs are nothing but different ways to present the data such that you get meaningful information out of it. Let's have a look. So this particular design of pivot table gives you the sale done in month 1, 10 and 11. And that's the data I have picked up. So if I were to change this, instead of month-wise information, if I want to change it to customer-wise information, what I would do is I go to the pivot table fields dialog box over here. I drag the customer field, which is here, bring it in and take out the month block. And now you have customer-wise data. Same way, if I were to see sales executive-wise data, then I would bring in sales executive field in the rows section and take out the customer block out of here. So here you see the sales executive-wise data. I can have multiple blocks also. So if I put sales executive and then customer, then I see for each sales executive which are the customers and how much sale they have given us. So this is how you can make n number of combinations from the data that you have and produce fantastic results in terms of data analysis using pivot table.